Yeah, yeah. Good evening, all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 17 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, URLlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yes, sir. The voice is clear. The screen is visible.
Fine, thank you. So as part of today's session, I'll be covering these following topics. So if you got any queries, I'll be giving time for you at the end of the session, right? For your general queries. And why Python? Starting with why Python, we got already we have got many programming languages. Why again Python required? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. No, it was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got great boom, especially from the last 3 to 4 years, right? Even every high-end technology is using Python as an implementation language. Who can learn Python? Who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites, right? There are no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update with Python. Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programmings, right? Okay. And how Python was built by taking some features or some advantages from one programming and some other advantages or features from other programming. In this way, from multiple programming languages has taken the features. We'll be discussing all this in brief. Python real-time application. Whenever you update with any technology, right, you need to know what kind of applications are getting developed, right? Yes. Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Python usage. Who are using Python currently? And Python features. Python features, right? As compared with other programmings, Python comparison with other programming, and reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular, and Python scope and job market. What is the scope of Python and job market of Python? Right? Yes. Okay, fine. So starting with why Python, I define Python in 5 lines, right? So general purpose programming, multi-programming features it has, high-level language, interpreted language, and user-friendly programming. I'll be discussing one by one in brief. What do you mean by general purpose? General purpose programming. So before Python, we have some programming languages. If you heard about some programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? Yes. These programming languages are purpose-based languages. These are used for a specific purpose. Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, and COBOL for business applications. These are used for a specific purpose. But a programming language, but a programming language which can be used for developing any kind of application, but a language which can be used for developing any kind of application. Such a language we call it as general purpose programming. So Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any kind of application like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, networking applications. Wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. It's a not purpose based, it is general purpose, means any kind of applications can be developed using this. What is general purpose? A language which is suitable for developing any kind of application. We call it as general purpose programming. Multi-programming features. Multi-programming features, if I see a labor example, if you want to launch a new product into the market, if you want to launch a new mobile phone into the market, what features you want to see within it? What all the features we see in different other mobiles, everything if we are embedding into a single piece, it's going to attract the customers, right? In the same way, what all the features we see in different other programmings, all those we see in Python. So even Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any kind of applications. High level language. There are two types of languages, right? So I can say there are mainly two types of languages. Two types of languages. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages. There is low level languages, example like assembly level language or machine level language. Assembly level language or machine level language. These languages, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. They cannot be carried. And machine dependent. Machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. They are machine dependent. But high level language, example of high level language, that Python is a high level language, right? High level language like Python, high level language like Python is human understandable, portable, and machine independent. Human understandable, portable, and machine independent. So the human understandable looks like normal English statements, portable, right? And machine independent can run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. Yes. Interpreted language. Python is a interpreted language. If we see this right, we have got compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation and interpretation. Compilation means example like C language. Interpretation means like Python. So if you got some lines of code, right? If you got some lines of code, it executes the entire code at once. In the case of compilation, entire code gets executed at once and displays the errors if any. In the case of interpretation like Python, right? Line by line execution, you are going to see line by line execution, which makes debugging easy. Interprets line by line executes, but here not line by line, entire program executes at once. So Python is a interpretation language. User friendly programming or programmer friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes. User friendly programming or programmer friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes, right? Which looks like normal English statements. So understood, right? Python is a general purpose. Any kind of applications we can develop, multi-programming features we see. High-level language, human understandable, portable, and machine independent. Interpreted line by line execution, right? Yes. Now, Python has, hmm, Python has,
Vijay, one small query here.
yes,
Yeah, in high level language, you mentioned as machine independent, right? What is that actually? Machine independent means?
machine independent means it can run, it's not specific to a particular hardware or OS. It can run
Okay.
on any hardware, it can run on any operating system and any hardware, right?
Okay, so this can run on
Any,
Linux as well, huh?
anything, Linux, Mac OS, Windows. For Linux, no need of any installation of Python also. For
Okay.
Linux, if you want to work Python within the Linux environment, even no need of any installation also. By default, Python comes as inbuilt within the Linux OS.
Okay.
Whatever Linux flavor you are using, Red Hot Linux or CentOS or Ubuntu OS, right? By default, Python comes as inbuilt. Directly, we can make use of Python there. But
Okay.
in Windows and Mac OS, we need to install. Hardly it takes 1 minute to install Python, right? Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Vijay.
So Python has got what features? What are the features Python has got, right? So procedural oriented programming. It has got procedural oriented programming features. Procedural oriented programming example like C language. It has got the features of procedural oriented programming like C language. It has got the features of object oriented programming. Yes. It has got the features of object oriented programming example like C++ and Java. Yes. And it has got the features of scripting. It has got scripting features. Example like Linux shell script. Python has got the features of shell script. And it has also got the features of modular programming. It has got the features of modular programming, right? Yes. Yeah. Modular programming example like Modular 3. Yeah, Modular 3. See, just like C language, we can develop applications like C++, Java, we can develop applications like Modular 3, we can write many automation scripts, right? So once again, I say, right, for learning Python, don't think that you need to have the knowledge about all this. No, without any of this programming knowledge also, we can update with Python. So as part of our course, I'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, functional programming with Python, object oriented programming with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python, right? So it has got the features of C, C++, Java, Modular 3, and shell script. Because of this multi-programming features, we call this Python as a hybrid language. So here, if you talk about this programming language like Java, two major programming languages today which are used in the industry, right? For enterprise applications creations, Python, Java. But Java programmers are strictly restricted. Java developers or programmers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, without a class and object, we cannot we cannot write an application or a program in Java. But in Python, with object-oriented, with object-oriented, yes, without object oriented and with procedural oriented with modular programming we can develop many varieties of applications. If you see like Java, if you go back like 2010 or 12, right? Java is the mostly preferred language, like with 43% usage, right? In the same 2010, nobody knows that there was a programming language like Python. It was just 3% used in the industry, right? 10 years later, 2020, right? And the usage of Java as compared with Python, right? So Java 19% and Python increased to 31%. Just I'll show you some graphs at the end of the session. I'll open Google and I'll show you, right, some graphs which are the mostly used programming, right, currently, right, which is the number one ranked programming. Python is the number one ranked programming, right, with diversified number of applications creations, right? And if you go like in cell script, yes.
Sorry for the interruption. Sir, there is a lot of noise from your mic, sir. Can you please kindly check?
So everyone, are you getting the same noise? Is it the same for everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, try to please confirm. You're getting some noise from my side?
Yeah, no.
No,
No?
sir.
No?
No.
Yeah, it's from your side, right? So please check your audio device once
Yes, sir. Now
properly
it is
connected.
okay. Thank you.
Sir, your voice is slow, not audible means you are speaking low, slowly.
Lowly. Okay. Okay. Fine. So here I was saying about the number one ranked programming language today, Python, right? Just I'll show you at the end of the session, opening Google, right? Okay, with a diversified number of applications creations and shell scripting, right? Python has got scripting where we write many automation scripts in IoT, in robotics, in DevOps environment, right? And modular programming. Python has got a great boom today because of this modular programming. Thousands of modules Python is providing. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules Python providing for different environment. Whatever environment or domain you are from, Python is providing a module for you. Discussing about these modules, right? Whatever environment you are from, if you are from data science background, compulsory you need to have the knowledge about these Python modules. So Python has got separate modules for this every data science environment, right? Separate modules like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, right? CP, scikit-learn, and even for big data environment, right? Python has got separate modules like PySpark. And apart from this big data science, big data, if you go like for networking, right? For networking environment, that's got separate module, separate framework given for networking by Python, twisted Python, and for testing or test cases, right? It has got separate modules for each and every environment it is providing, not only for computer applications, for civil or electronics environment also, right? For operating system, for OS kinds of activities, for OS, the name of the module is OS, operating system, right? Yes. And for every database, Python is providing a module. If you want to connect with Oracle database, right? Python, if it wants to connect with Oracle, so cx underscore Oracle, what is that name of that? Cx underscore Oracle is the module. It's very simple to connect with any database, right? In Python, not as complex as other programming like Java, where you need to have a lot of knowledge on these drivers, right? Type 1, type 2, type 3 drivers. But here, just 1 minute discussion is enough, right? With this module, you can easily connect and provide the username, password, right? Yes, it connects. Not only for Oracle, for every database, for MySQL, by MySQL, right? Yes. So in this way, and even for SQL server, if you want Python wants to connect with this SQL server, we need to have a module like PyODBC. So in this way, for every database, it is going to provide a separate module. And even to work with Excel files, separate modules, Python is providing XLSX module, XLSX writer, XLRD module, right? In this way, different modules. Just by writing Python code and executing it, a Excel workbook can be created at whatever location, right? We have provided. And just by writing Python code, 2 more extra lines, just I can write some data into that Excel file. I can create some sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 into that Excel file. We can read data from one sheet, we can write data to another sheet, right? In this Excel. Apart from this Excel, right? Like comma, separated values, CSV, for JavaScript object notation, for XML data, we have got separate modules for all this, right? For XML data, for all this, right? And for mathematical operations, the name of the module is math, and for statistical operations, and for graphs, for generating graphs, any type of graph can be generated, right? By using Python. Python is the only language by writing code, generating graphs. Any type of graph like normal graph, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, pie graph, any type of, right? So in this way, thousands of modules, Python has got 89,300 for every domain. It has got module. Yeah. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? What kind of applications are we developing by using Python, right? Python real-time applications. Python real-time applications. So generally, you need to know what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python. Okay. So Python mostly used today in creation of web applications, right? Python is mostly used for creation of web applications. Yes. You may get a query. Already we have got Java.NET, these things, right? We have got Java.NET. These are used for developing web applications. Still again, why Python required?
Is all web applications or like any specific web applications?
Web applications. If with using Python, we can develop any types of web applications.
No, normally like any it's maybe internet banking will be there, right? So in that case also they are going to use Python or
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Except in mobile applications, right? Except Python is very less used in mobile application. Other than that, in where all the other applications, Python can be used.
Okay, designing any website like a normal anything like they are using Python, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Web applications, right? Because you may ask a query, right? Is Java.NET from the last 20-25 years, they are developing web applications. Why again Python now? Because Python has got framework like Django, not only Django framework, Flask framework, Pyramid framework, TurboGear, Bottle, many frameworks are there. But among all the Django, right? Django framework is the most important framework. So using this Django at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application with a very less code, right? Okay. This Django is providing some many flexible features. What all the Python files, Python code required for for doing the project, right? All it will automatically creates the .py files. It has got its own database like SQLite 3. It has got its own database like SQLite 3. So everything is taken care by this framework. And secondly, Python is used in automation applications, in automation applications using technologies like data science. Is mostly used in automation applications like data science, IoT, DevOps, Python, Delta, okay. Web applications like the, okay, and automation applications using data science, IoT, DevOps, right? So here, IoT, Internet of Things, right? It is a device or physical network, right? Which is embedded with software, sensors, electronics for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where you are, right? So here in this IoT, right, it is electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other, right? Here 90% of coding, right, in Python. We're writing, right, Python scripts. And here data science also, right? So everything deals with the data. Data has got experience. Data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clusterings, data recommendation. So data science is a blend of technique. The main technique what we see in data science, ML, machine learning, right? So for machine learning, we have got many techniques like regression, classifications, clusterings, recommendations, pattern matching. So to implement all this, we require a language. So Python is the mostly used programming for implementing this machine learning, deep learning techniques, where Python has got many modules for plottings, visualizations, and for data analysis. Another major area is like big data, right? Big data environment, where we see like huge data, like you should have seen not only like GBs of data or TBs of data, right? Beyond that, beyond the TBs, we have got petabytes of data. So for that huge data storage and processing, we have got technologies like Hadoop and Spark, especially Spark with very high speed processing technology, right? Spark with Python implementation, we say like PySpark. Apart from this, even Python is used for, yes, scientific applications, scientific applications, right? Like we have got a module like CP, scientific Python, and even for numerical analysis like NumPy, right? Yes, numerical Python. Apart from this, it is also used in graphical user interface or for animations. We have got separate model here for it, like TK Inter, PyQt models available, right? Yes. Apart from this, even Python is used. Apart from this GUI animations, right? Python is also used in web, in game development. Lot of games are getting developed today by using Python. Single user, multi-user online games, especially for game development, right? A separate framework called Pygame. It's a framework given by Python for developing games, right? Not only Pygame, we have got PyCara, and for 3D rendering libraries, and for 3D games, we have got PySoy, Python providing, right? And apart from this, Python is also used for scheduling tasks. We have got Airflow, and for testing or test cases, and for software development also Python is preferred. Like most of the software developers make use of Python as a support language for business applications. Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce systems. And apart from this, one of the hardest application of Python database applications. Python can connect with all the databases. Yes, apart from this, Python can also be used for web scraping, scraping data from different websites, extracting data from different websites. Apart from this, for networking applications, especially for networking applications, it has got a separate framework called like Twisted Python. And apart from this, Python can also be used for computer-aided designing CAD or 3D CAD applications. And also Python can be used for audio and video applications, right? Audio and video applications. So as part of the course, I'll discuss some audio and video applications, right? As example of some applications which already got developed using Python, like Team Player, C Play are some examples of this. Apart from this, Python can also be used for embedded applications, right? Embedded applications. The famous embedded application like Raspberry Pi, right? Which uses Python for its computation. Raspberry Pi, right? For its okay. Apart from this, Python can also used for used within this robotics. Yes. For computer vision. Computer vision, right? Yes. Computer vision, like color detection, face detection, and object detection, right? And apart from this, for data analysis and for desktop applications, single user console applications, right? Yes, in this way, many applications we have got Python, right? We can develop any kind of applications. So these are those applications which can be developed using Python. Which companies are using Python? Who are using Python, right? Yes. Topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications built using Python, right? So some of those examples, that Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example of Python web application. Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was too difficult. It was written in Python. And YouTube for videos sharing service, right? Yahoo using Python. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and with ML technique. Instagram built using Python. Instagram, the prime reason for Instagram for choosing Python. Python practicality, hybrid features, right? And some applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. And some examples, right? Even like Dropbox. The top popular OTT platform Netflix using Python for its security automation and for subscription related things, right? Yes. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. MMOG, Maya. Apart from this, right, even Python is used within this BitTorrent for its file sharing service. And apart from it, iRobot for military and commercial applications. iRobot for military and commercial applications. Apart from it, Python is also used for hardware testing purpose. Companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they are using Python today for hardware testing purpose. So these are some examples, right? Some companies or applications built using Python. Now coming to these reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. So most of the programmers and developers are attracted towards Python, migrating towards Python because of its very less code, very less code. Simple syntax is given by Python. Simple syntax is right, yes. Looks like normal English statements. Apart from it, Python can also be used for, Python also supports interactive mode. Interactive mode means we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. For every statement, it gives response, right? Means at the bottom search panel, I am typing CMD to go to the command prompt. Just type Python here. Yes, just type Python and press enter here. You get the Python version 3.12. Can you see some 3 arrow symbols here? You can type any valid Python statement here. You can type any valid and interact with Python. Statement by statement, it gives response. No other programming language gives this response, right? Statement by statement, interpretation. So what is 4 plus 2? I'm saying. I'm asking what is 4 plus 2? 23 into 36. I'm asking what is x value? Y equal to 5. What is x? What is y? What is x plus y? X minus y, x into y, x by y, x into 2, 10 into 2, x square, 10 square, 100. X equal to HELLO, right? Hello. Sorry. X equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times. Quit if we say it will come out of it, right? So in this way, no need to define the data type. Directly we can type and interact with it statement by statement. Yes. That is one more important feature of Python, advantage of. And wide varieties of applications, wide varieties of applications. And have multi-programming features. Multi-programming features. Interactive mode, wide varieties of applications, multi-programming features, and many built-in libraries, many built-in modules, 89,300 modules for different domain, right? Where we can perform the operations, right? Within these modules, we see functions. For example, a very example of one module, right? If I want to perform square root, right? If I want to perform square root of a number, very simple. First, import math. Import math, you should say. Within the math module, there is a square root function. Square root of 16. Just say it. It will provide 4. So first import the module and module dot function. Using that function, can perform that operation. So these are the reasons which makes it super popular, right? Now just I'll open Google, right? And I just show, right? The #1 ranked programming language. So yes. So popular coding language. Popular coding language. See that results? Okay. See this. Python 41%, Java 38%. Popular coding language, Python 41, Java 38, and HTML, CSS 62%. Okay, so yes, now see more examples, more. The most popular programming language, can you see it? The most popular programming language, Python stands first, next comes Java, next comes JavaScript, other programming, right? Yes. Python remains the most popular programming language. Just most popular programming language used by top 25 unicorns. Python, Java, JavaScript. Most popular programming language, right? Python, JavaScript, Java. Now observe this, right? In 2021, Python is the first #1 rank, second is Java, third JavaScript, fourth C. In this way, rankings are given. Size of, okay. If you see the rankings, right, it's #1 rank. See that? Rank 1 is what? Python. Next, rank 2 is Java. Rank 3, JavaScript, 4, 5, right? Ranking wise. Okay. And even if you see the job opportunities, right? And before that, right, if you see that ranking wise, ranking by average salary, ranking by average salary. Python stands first, next JavaScript, Java. Ranking by job openings also Python and Java, SQL, right? Yes. And if you see the job openings, right? Job openings here. Python jobs. If you type like Python jobs, right? Yes. Python developer jobs. 19,133 Python job vacancies in Hyderabad, right? Only in Hyderabad. Apply to 4,805 Python developer jobs in Hyderabad, right? And if you, apart from this, right, Python, people, if you have got knowledge on Django framework, Django, it's a framework of Python, right? 1 second. Django jobs, you say. Django jobs. Django jobs. 19,117 Django jobs. People who know Django are very less. People might be knowing Python, but people who knows Django are very, very less. And the two who have got command is very less, right? So as of now, right, the competition is less, but in the coming days, even for Django, right, lot of competition, right, for developing web applications. 19, so just 19,117 Django jobs, right? So what is that course content I'm going to discuss as part of this course? Starting with Python basics. What is Python? Why Python? History of Python, applications, features, advantages, versions, installations, flavors of Python, comparisons, Python modes of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, Python editors and IDEs, Python data types, constants, variables, input-output statements, type conversions, comments, escape sequence, strings in Python, string indexes, right? Apart from this, operators in Python, Python IDs, different IDs, flow control statements. IDs means in real time we use this integrated development environment, right? Means Anaconda, Prompt, Navigator, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse. All these IDs I'll be showing you, right? Yes. How to work on, how to run on this. Flow control statements like basic Python, looping statements, strings in Python, right? Yes. Collections in Python, right? Collections, list, tuple, sets, dictionaries, Python lists, Python tuples, Python sets, Python dictionary, right? Yes. Functions in Python, right? Modules in Python, packages, errors and exceptions, file handling in Python, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, regular expressions in Python, database access, Python database connectivity, installing one database, right? And performing all these database related operations. Python data and time model. So different models related to different environments I'll be discussing, like some models related to data science, some related to big data, some related to OS, some related to graphics, some related to databases. Operating system model, OS model, right? And advanced concepts, iterator, generator, closures, decorators, web scraping, GUI programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Python pandas model, Python numpy model, right? In brief, and matplotlib model. This is what Python, who choose Python, only Python core in advanced, right? These 30 topics will be discussed right in brief. And people who wants to go for full stack Python with web development, right? For the Django framework along with, yes, web development courses, right? Introduction, frameworks, Django installations, project architecture, applications creations, Django views, templates, admin models, advanced concepts, right? Yes. And UI technologies, web development technologies like HTML in brief, CSS in brief, JavaScript in brief, right? So this is what the course content, just observe here. Okay. So first, like Python, I'll be discussing like Python core advanced application oriented models. Like it will be taken, I'll take 2 months of time for this. So approximately like you will get 70 hours for this Python, 2 months duration, right? If the fee structure for only Python core advanced is 5,000, it's an offer batch. Apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack web development, right? Apart from this Python, like web development technologies, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything will be covered, right? Apart from this, you'll be given knowledge on this Django framework, Django framework with 15 to 20 applications creations. Apart from this REST API, apart from this a project. So for all this, right, it takes 50 hours for this. Nearly it takes 2 months. Who wants to go right? Both full stack, it takes like 4 months. 120 hours. Yes. And the fee structure for this entire thing is 7K. But if we take as a single package, like total web development, right, it's 10K. But if you're paying single, now if you're updating with Python later with this, it will be like 7K. But as a package, if you're paying, it's 10K, right? And what are the offerings from my side? What are the things I'm going to provide, right? So you'll be getting that video, right? Session video. Every day, that's it, that day itself, right? Class notes, soft copy of the class notes, and assignments and tasks to work with it, right? Assignments and tasks. And apart from this, a WhatsApp group will be created, right, for technical discussion, right? Yes. So these are the things, right? If you have got any query, you can go with your queries now. Tomorrow also everyone can attend same time using the same link to see more on this Python. Any queries from your side? Tomorrow also same 8 p.m. using the same link, right?
Sir, every day it will be at 8 p.m. Hello?
Class will be 1 hour only, right? Yes.
Yeah,
So,
no,
eight-
but every day it will be 8 p.m. only.
yes, 8 p.m. only.
And I want both, means after core and advanced Python, you will be taking Django and everything else.
So for 1 second, if you have got enrolled if you have got enrolled with Python full stack, right? See,
Yeah.
so like people who doesn't want to go with 4 months duration, if you want 2.5 months to complete entire this full stack means, so Monday to Friday, right? You'll be having classes on Python. Saturday, Sunday, there will be batches. Saturday and Sunday there'll be batches. Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours, right? On this
Yeah.
entire whatever I discussed, right? Web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Django, REST APIs, right? Yes.
Okay. First you will complete Python and then you will move to.
So yes, if you want to attend parallelly, you can attend because immediately this Python framework won't start. First we go with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? Before that, Django introductions, architecture, all this, right? By the time nearly 60-70% of your Python will be completed.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
And
need to fill.
if you want once, if you doesn't want, if you want later, once after completing all this, right? That's what I said. Once you enroll, once in the coming days, any of my Django batch you can attend.
But you are not taking the in this batch Django and web development, right? Only Python.
Yeah, Python, because it doesn't mean that everyone will be choosing, right? In a batch, some maximums 50% some in batch. Okay, so most of these Django batches will be on Saturdays and Sundays, right? Where for developing applications, right, we will require some time. So sometimes I'll be taking 2 hours, 3 hours also, right?
Okay, sir. And in January, is there any full stack batch is going to there in January?
So some regular batches also will be there, right? If any regular batch starting also, you can attend it.
I want full package, full stack,
Yes, yes.
but I'm not getting what you want to say. Okay.
So yes, you whether you want to learn parallelly, you learn it. Otherwise, after completion of Python, right? Entire after Python, 4 months if you want, you can go with that 4 months. Or
Yeah.
within 2 months parallel if you want, you can go. I'm saying you can be or while Python. Once you got enrolled with this full stack, you can attend any of my Django batch which are going to start in the coming months, January, February, right? December, January, February.
We will
This,
complete this Python in January, right? This December, January, and half in February.
yes.
And after that, we will start with Django, right?
Mm.
So now I will pay 10,000 tomorrow.
Okay. Any other queries, right? Regarding, okay.
Yeah,
Video,
sir.
videos will be forwarded to your Google Drive, right?
Yeah, sir. This is Anil Kumar Reddy.
Yes.
I'm into data science level, sir. Is there an opportunity to learn the same into data science level, or are you going to teach the same?
See here, some data science important models I'm covering as part of this, right? Uh, so data analytics and introduction to data science, right? So here I'm going with pandas in brief, pandas model in brief, it will be discussed. NumPy, NumPy model, right? In brief, it will be discussed. Plottings and visualization, matplotlib generating different. This will be discussed.
Okay, it will be comes under into this base Python only, na, sir.
This one, yeah, Python only.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. AML. Okay, sir. Later I'll call you. I'll get the details.
Okay. Fine, right? Yes.
Tomorrow also the same session with the same basic introduction what you have given today. Tomorrow also the same session or different?
Today is session 1. Tomorrow will be session 2. Day after
Yeah.
tomorrow, session 3 it continues. Again, this won't be repeated.
Whatever you have told today, today like the Python introduction, right? The same thing it will be followed or like it's different sessions?
First 10 minutes, some revision will be remaining everything, the new topic. It won't be any replication tomorrow. We'll be going differently, right? Yes, just 5-10 minutes. I'll be just giving a kind of revision. Next, I'll go with the other things. It's a session 2 tomorrow. It's session 3 day after tomorrow. Today, inverse that course will be started, right? Introduction to Python. Tomorrow also. Day after tomorrow, I'll be showing installations, execution modes, different modes of executions, versions, all those I'll be starting with.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So yes, yeah.
Question. Later this course, like I would like to learn big data and Hadoop and PySpark. Shall I take this course as a prerequisite? The enough knowledge I will get learn for big data later this course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, fine. But if you want to learn PySpark, Spark with Python, right? PySpark.
Yeah.
So total implementation coding goes in Python, right? Python language. So that is a prerequisite. So I also deal with this big data, right? Big data course.
Yeah.
So in that Hadoop will be covered. Hadoop, Spark, Linux, Python. So this entire thing, right? So big data, all this big data technology like Hadoop, Spark, Linux, and Python. It's a 15,000 package, right? So yes, in this Python also will be included, right? 2 months
Okay.
of 2 months of Python course. Yes.
Okay.
So there is a weekend batch, right, for this big data. If anyone interested in this big data, right, weekend batch is going on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
Big data. Yes.
The session will be on every day or only for Monday to Friday?
Monday to Friday. This whatever this Python will be from Monday to Friday.
Okay, Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., right?
Yes, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Sir, I want query. I want to buy Python full stack. So first 2 months you will be training on us on Python, and after that in February you will start new batch with full stack, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Django, or we need to join your batch which is going on.
No. So if you want, that's what I'm saying, right? After learning Python, this Python completes on January ending, like after
Yeah.
that, if you want, right, at that month, every month, like 2 Django batches will be running, right? You can join any of my Django batch.
But from freshly we will start.
Django means it will start from Django, not Python.
Means HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and
Yes,
Django.
yes. Django batch, if I say Python, where is it?
So from February you will start the Django, right?
Yes. So here, this web development, Django, these things, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Any other queries, right? Anyone? Fine. So, okay. If I'm done with your queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock using the same link, right? So everyone attend tomorrow session to see more on this, especially people from non-programming or zero programming, right? Tomorrow I'll be just showing you some comparisons of Python code with other languages, right? How simple this Python statements. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, one doubt here.
Hmm.
In case we are unable to attend your class on a single day, so I mean, how will we cope up? Will
You go through the video, right?
Okay, so the video is going to be shared in our Google Drive, or will it be posted on YouTube as well?
No, first 3 days, 4 days, it will be on YouTube, but
Okay.
later from 4th day onwards, it will be to your Google Drive. Daily one video will be
Uploaded.
connected to your Google Drive, right?
Okay, sir. All right.
Sir, are
Yes.
we going to cover any React or Angular or something? Sorry, I joined late in this one. So, are we going to cover Angular or React?
So Angular, that's a separate courses, right? Angular. So this is what Python, web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Django, REST API. These things are going to be covered.
Yeah, apart from that one, like
If you want to go for Angular React, there are separate course available for those. 2 months courses are there for that.
okay,
Each one takes 2 months.
okay.
React and Angular.
But for those will not be like dynamic website. We are not going to do, correct?
Python using Django framework, we can do that, right?
Yeah, Django framework, but without using this will be without using, correct?
Django, see one thing, interactive web applications, here we are following MVT architecture. Model view template. Model means database, views means like Python function based, class based views. Templates means whatever we use like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all this, right? Okay, so here interaction between this web page, Python, and this database, how this interaction goes, right? That is what MVT architecture. So both total business logic implementation in Python, where Python is going to if you're entering any data in this web page, right, that Python takes the data, stores in the database. Tomorrow, if you want to retrieve it, again, Python should take the data from the database, displays on the web page. In any other computations, business logic, everything we write in Python. And what are the other things, right? For templates, right? How good you are designing that web page depends upon this HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But here, what we use for any full stack course, we require one language. So here, the language we are preferring is Python. For full stack web development, either you need to use one language, right? That language, either it is Python or Java or any other languages, right? So here, the language we use is Python. Yeah, okay. Fine. Okay. So I'm signing off for now. Meet you tomorrow. More discussion on this, right? Fine.
Yeah, thank you, Vijay.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Fine.